Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. This one a little bit delayed because I had to take an involuntary trip and an unscheduled trip to our local hospital. And I had to spend 3 days in there because I don't want to get into too much detail, but I only say two things: kidney stone and renal colic. So you can look it up. It's unpleasant, it's painful, but it's nothing very threatening if it's under observation. And now the kidney stone has found its way out of my body again. And yeah, so I'm alive and kicking, and I have learned that you should always keep yourself well hydrated and drink enough water, which I'm guilty of not having done in the past. And yeah, but I think I will fix that now and follow my own advice of staying healthy. All right, but now with some delay, finally I'm ready to start my Dragonbane solo campaign. And you can see this wonderful setup here. I put this wonderful, beautiful map of the Misty Vale that came with the boxed set underneath my acrylic sheet, so I can track my progress on the map while I'm traversing the Vale with my wet erase markers. And I would like to introduce you to my hero, the human thief Naris. That is him. And for those of you who want to see how I created him, I encourage you to watch my Dragonbane character creation video. Alright, so what do I intend to do? This will be an ongoing campaign, hopefully a longer one, because I might die, because I'm not I heard combat is pretty deadly, and I think that is the case because I only have like 11 hit points and damage is pretty high. And even with the solo rules, I think it can get really tough, and I might need to adjust in-game, sort of applying some sort of solo heroes damage reduction mechanic, but I will see. So this is my very first time playing Dragonbane, so if I do make any mistakes, let me know in the comments. This is a learning experience for me as well. And yeah, I intend to play a longer campaign. I want to at least complete the Deep Fall Breach adventures or missions. But I don't want to post too many sessions or episodes of one theme for a longer period of time. So I will do like maybe 2 or 3 sessions of Dragonbane, then I'll throw in something else, and then I'll continue Dragonbane, so to keep some variety in the channel. So this is my intention. But enough talking. To set the scene, as always, I would like to read from the journal of Naris, the human thief. I have left the city of Oldport, south of the Misty Vale, because of some misunderstanding with the local guard about property rights. To avoid any more trouble, I made for the Misty Vale, a region rumored to be full of buried riches, left unclaimed, the remnants of a once great Dragon King empire, according to legend. I overheard a conversation in the common room of a tavern in Oldport before I had to leave, and could make out 2 words: Misty Vale and Deep Fall Breach. So here I am, with a few rations and my trusted knife, at the entrance to the Drakmar Pass, leading through the Cummer Mountains. Ahead lies the Misty Vale and the village of Outskirt. Adventure awaits. Onward. Alright, so this is Naris, and he is at the entrance of the Drakmar Pass. I can't really raise the map because it's underneath the acrylic sheet. So this is the Drakmar Pass leading through the mountains. And I also made a measuring stick here with 15 kilometers each. So this is the distance you can cover in one shift, which is 6 hours. And you can walk for 2 shifts a day without suffering ill consequences. And as usual, difficult terrain might slow down your progress. Yeah, so this is a pass, and it is early morning. I left Allport, which is off the map, and I just made it up because the remaining world of Dragonbane, at least in the box set, is not detailed or sketched out, so it's open to your imagination. So until here, this will be one shift, a 6-hour hike, and then another, roughly shift, another 6-hour hike. So it takes me 12 hours to cross this pass. Actually, it's not quite 30 kilometers, but it's a pass, so you got to go up and down, and it's rough terrain, so it might even be longer, but for me it'll be like a one-day journey. So I'm starting, I left early, I left Allport early, so I arrive at the entrance to the pass at around 8 in the morning, 8 a.m. And now I will traverse this pass, and I will check for a random encounter once per shift while I'm in the pass. So I'm not starting directly with the Deepfall Breach. I decided I wanted to play out the travel to Outskirt and my arrival, and I will sort of establish Outskirt as a home base, if you will. So yeah, so let's roll for a random encounter, and I think I'll give it a 1 in 6 chance, the usual. So first shift. Look at this, the first roll, playing the first real life session of a brand new role-playing game system, and of course I get a random encounter. Alright, so there are random encounters in the adventure book, also sorted by terrain, journeys, random encounters around Outskirt, in the haunted marshes, at the foot of the mountains. So but I will not use these, at least not now, because I want to use the tools, the solo tools included in this booklet. So I will create a random encounter using inspirational tables, just like you would do using any other GM emulator or ID generator. But I decided to keep this authentic Dragonbane. I will not use any resources outside of what is provided. So I will use this booklet, and I will use the adventure book, and this is it. So no other external material, to just see how far you come, or you can go with that. So I will mark my position here. You can't really see it, probably. It's just for me as a reminder, so I can put my figure there. But I'll need it now, probably, if it's a combat encounter on the battle grid. And I will also only use the battle grid, the generic battle grid provided in the box. So I decide to use this inspiration table here. So let's just first look at what it might be, and then we'll see if we can use the other table. So I'm using the inspirational table, and I let's see, what do I want to use? I think the action and maybe the attribute table. Let's make some rolls and see what we get. So I make 2 rolls on the action table. Seven, 7. All right, so I re-roll 1. So find 18. Find strengthen. All right, find something that strengthens me, or find strengthen. Let's roll a thing. 11. Leader. Find something. All right, now something is forming. Attribute. 11. Forgotten. This fits. All right. So find, strengthen. We had find, and we had strengthen. I gotta write this down. Was it strengthen? Yeah, 18, I think. Yeah, all right. So random encounter. So RE, random encounter. We had find as an action, find something. Strengthen. I already got an idea. I just want to jot this down. Forgotten and leader. All right, so because I read a little bit about the setting, and there are also orcs and goblins about. So a small scouting party of goblins is in the past trying to find a forgotten relic or artifact that their leader needs to strengthen himself. So as of yet unknown goblin leader has heard of an artifact, or maybe a weapon, a long-lost forgotten weapon, maybe from the Dragon King Empire. And he set out a scouting party, search party of goblins to search the path for this artifact. So let's see if I'm able to spot them in advance, or and if I'm able to hide maybe, or yeah, what happens. All right, so this is a good one, and I'm ruling that there are 2 goblins. All right, so let's make some rolls here. First, I need to make an awareness roll to see if I'm able to spot these creatures far enough in advance to be able to hide. And my awareness is 10. So this is a d20 roll under. So anything 1 till 10 succeeds. Yes, that is a dragon, a natural 1, which is a critical success, and it allows me to place a check mark next to the skill that I used. And after the session, I can make an advancement roll. All right, so awareness. So yeah, so while I am, like, I'm an agile thief and I'm very stealthy, while I'm a prod or making my way through the pass, I hear some guttural language, some talking. What do we hear? No, I can't really make out any details, but it doesn't sound nice. Obviously, maybe some goblins. So also, like I said, I only want to use stuff that comes in the box that includes the miniatures, even though I have tons and literally probably thousands of Pathfinder pawns. I will not use them. I will only use what is in the box, and if I can't find anything, then I might substitute, but first I will work with what I've got here, also to keep the art consistent and in style. So these are goblins, so I just placed them here for fluff. So they're arguing about something. It doesn't sound very nice, so I quickly try or hush into the shadows, or slip into the shadows to hide. And yeah, I'm using my sneaking skill. And you know what? I'm good to myself because I rolled a dragon, which is a critical success. I'm granting myself a boon on this roll. A boon is basically advantage. So I roll 2 dice and I can use the lower one. And I really like these green dice. So so sneaking, agility with a boon. Oh, lucky that I granted myself a boon. 11 and 18. My sneaking skill is 14. So I'm successful and slip into the shadows and observe. And indeed, these 2 goblins, they're arguing about themselves and pass me in my hiding place. So I wait a while until they're out of sight, but also out of earshot, so that I can't hear them anymore, so that I'm confident that they are far enough away, and then I'll continue. And yeah, so from here it'll be another stretch to clear this pass, and then I will have walked for 12 hours because it's stretch. No, it's a shift, sorry, a shift, another shift, and a shift is 6 hours, and there are 4 shifts. There's the morning, day, evening, and night shift. So I spent the morning and the day shift then basically walking, and I will arrive at the end of the day shift at the exit of the pass if I do not encounter anything on the way. Let's see. No, 2. All right, so no further encounter, and I'll reach the end of the path, and yeah, I decide to head a little bit away from the beaten path that leads to the village of Outskirt, and find shelter, maybe like a secluded spot sheltered by large rocks or something here in this hill area here, and I'll make camp there. And the thing is that I do not have really any survival gear. I only have 2 rations, and I got a torch, and basically only the stuff that I wear. I do not even have armor. I got flint and tinder and lockpicks, because I do not have any money. I only had like 3 silver pieces. But you know me, or my regular viewers know me, never leave home without your trusted adventurer's belt. I'll introduce it basically into every system. So I just rule that even though it's not on my inventory list, I do have an adventurer's belt. But it does take up one of my slots, even though it is a belt, but it contains, so I do got my adventurer's belt, and yeah, flint and tinder, lockpicks, ration, so I can at least make a small fire to keep myself warm, because in Dragonbane you also need to make bushcraft rolls if you make camp. My bushcraft is not that great. And if it's cold and you don't have a blanket, you even get a bane. If you got furs, you get a boon. I rule that it is not really cold, it's chilly, but I also do not have a blanket, so I don't get any boons or banes, but my base chance of bushcraft is only 5. And yeah, so if you fail this roll, I think you do not recover hit points and willpower points. And now it doesn't really matter because I'm not injured, and so I will start a small campfire using my trusty adventurer's belt skinning knife to oh, I got dinner. Never mind. So I'm just collecting some dead wood, some branches, some twigs, and start a fire. Let's make a bushcraft roll. Yes, look at this, a 4. I only have bushcraft 5. And I roll a 4. So, like a true outdoorsman, I managed to make a fire, to start a fire. And it's actually pretty cozy because I found a nice secluded spot. So the fire does not shed off too much light too far away. So I'm still pretty hidden and secluded. And it gives up enough warmth so that I can lay down next to the fire and indeed find some or get some rest. However, I still need to roll for a random encounter, but I'll granting myself advantage. So it's still 1 in 6, but because of my great bushcraft roll and my secluded spot, I can use the higher result. Oh, look at this. 4-4. No. So no encounter. And at the start of the next day, I feel actually pretty good, pretty refreshed. So I'll start the morning shift, and here on this map there's a trail drawn that leads to the village of Outskirt. But I could also just go cross country via down this hill over those plains and across those acres and farms into the village. And I think I'll do that because this is the shorter route, and I will reach Outskirt at the end of the morning shift. So this is what I will do. Where's my guy? Here. So yeah, I'll head down and set out for the village and have to roll again for a wandering encounter during this shift. And again, it's a 1 in 6 chance. No, it's a 4. All right, so without any further complications, I arrive at the gate to the village of Outskirt. And there I am greeted or addressed, not really greeted, but addressed by the village guards. So this village, they have a captain of the guard, and he has got some armed villagers that patrol the village and also man the towers, I think. So I'm arriving to that is that the south gate? Let's look at this map. I think there are 2 gates, but actually 2B is what is 2B for a gate? The north gate. No, it's not the north gate. All right, so it's the south gate. Yeah, there. So I arrive via the south gate. So locations, south gate. 2A, South Gate. A low double-gated entrance is flanked by 2 round towers of stone. But actually, according to the village... But I think only the drawing is off, because... yeah, because there is only 1 tower, but both gates here have 2 towers, and on the drawing, so never mind, South Gate. Low double-gated entrance is flanked by 2 round towers of stone. There's a paved road leading south. Not really. Is it the North Gate? But it can't be the North Gate. It's actually the West Gate, but the village does not feature a West Gate. So this map is not really accurate, because there it seems like that there's an opening here. Alright, so yeah, it's still the South Gate. So yeah, there's so I make my way to this gate because I can't find a way in, and yeah. Alright, there's a paved road leading south. Alright, and Captain Hardy, the captain of the guard, resides in 1 tower. The other is used as a briefing room. Hardy can be found in one of the towers. Guards. The palisade area is patrolled around the clock by 3 villagers, in addition to the guard captain at the South Gate. One of them is always manning one of the towers at the North Gate, while the others walk back and forth along the palisade. So Captain Hardy is at the gate. So as I approach, I spot him. So here's a picture of Captain Hardy. Hardy is a battle-hardened war veteran in his 40s, with shoulder-length hair and a broken nose. He's the strong, silent type, but does have a sentimental side that tends to come out after a few mugs of mead are at the inn. Sometimes Hardy heads out in the wilds to drive off goblins, bandits, and other potential troublemakers. During these expeditions, he is often accompanied by Jory, son of Master Ulva, who runs the village shop, whom Hardy regards as his future successor. Alright, so, yeah, so I spot this man in his 40s. He's wearing a studded leather armor and an open helmet, and he's got a heavy crossbow on his back, a large shield strapped to his arm, and a broadsword on his belt. And he addresses me. "Hey, traveler, halt! What is your business in Outskirt? And where are you from?" Alright, let me find a suitable pawn here. Yeah. "And where are you from?" Okay, so this will be Hardy for now. Doesn't really fit, but never mind. So, alright, so he dresses me. "Hey there, I do not mean any trouble. My name, or the name, is Naris. I'm a traveler from Oldport, in search of fame, glory, and adventure in the Misty Vale, and I've heard that this village is just the place to come. I mean no trouble or harm, so please let me pass. I'm weary. I just crossed the Dragonbane Pass." "Oh, Dragonbane Pass, you say? This pass can be a little bit dangerous. Did you encounter anything unusual on your way? Did you have any trouble?" "Well, not really trouble. I was lucky. But now as you mention it, yes, I did see a pair of goblins wandering the path. They were arguing about something. I couldn't make out what they were arguing about, since I do not speak their language. But yeah, it seemed to me like as if they were looking for something. Those damn goblins are always looking for something. As long as they stay in the mountains and don't come near the village, I don't mind. But I'll inform the patrols to be extra wary. Maybe for the next 2 or 3 nights, I'll assign some extra guards to take a shift. So thank you for this information. And yes, of course, you may pass, but make sure to keep that knife of yours sheathed while you're in the village. Otherwise, we will have another more serious discussion. And I'm Captain Hardy, by the way, Captain of the Guard. Well, thank you, Captain. I'll keep that in mind. So, I enter the village, and the captain, the good captain, directs me towards the inn and the common room there. And the inn is called, I think, the Three Stags. The Three Stags. Yeah, so if you want to get a nice warm meal, find some nice shelter, I can only recommend the Three Stags. And he points me towards an impressive 2-story building with a massive thatched roof and half-timbered walls. Outside the door hangs a red sign that says, "The Three Stags, beer, bed, and food at heavenly prices." Cheery voices spill out into the street or onto the street, along with the smell of roasted boar. That smells indeed good. Exactly what I need after just having dry rations. Which reminds me, I need to cross off one of my rations. So, so I still have only 1 ration left, and yeah. So I enter the Three Stags, and there are D12 plus 1 villagers in the common room. Let's see. Oh, 11 plus 1, so 12 villagers. So the place is is packed, basically. They're eating, drinking, gossiping, and warming their joints by the great fireplace. Delicious meat stews and homemade beer of meat are served at normal inn prices. Page 80 in the core rulebook. I will just look it up because I still need to get a feel for the system and the economy. So I will reference the rulebook. So yeah, I take a deep breath. I enjoy the sight, enjoy the warmth, and yeah, head towards the bar. All right, and there I encounter Wagenhild. Wagenhild is an authoritative but jovial woman in her 40s. She keeps her graying hair in bulky braids and wears a thick leather apron. Wagenhild used to be a mercenary and always carries a war hammer on her belt. All right, and she welcomes me. "Hey, get over here and have one on the house." And she gives me a tankard of meat on the house. Oh, this is what I really call a warm welcome. Yeah, and don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions about the area here. I know a lot and people talk to me. Well, first of all, actually, I need a room, but I'm not really sure if I can afford it. Let me check my purse. So it says page 80 of the core rule book. All right, services. So, bath at an inn, bodyguard, bowl of stew, Haircut. Lodging at inn, separate room, 5 silver. Lodging at inn, dormitory, 1 silver. Okay. Yeah, so I can only. So do you have? Well, I first taste the meat that I got. This is delicious. I think I've never had something that good before. Try to smooth talk her a little. Great. You gotta get me this recipe. I'm afraid it's a family secret, and I can't give it to you. But you're free to buy as many of these as you like once you finish this one. And she smiles. Yeah, I probably will. But first, you know, I got a long day on the road ahead of behind me. Do you have any lodging available? Yeah, we got common or separate rooms, and I can offer you a bed in the dormitory. So what'll it be? Let's put it this way. I do have 3 silver. What do I get for 3 silver? Oh, 3 silver, huh? I see. Fallen on hard times, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. For only 1 silver, you get a perfectly fine and comfy bed in the dormitory here in the back of the common room. And yeah, it's cozy. That's what you can have for 1 silver. Yeah, I take it. So, as you've already mentioned it, yeah, I'm a little bit low on coin. And this is actually one of the reasons I came here. I've heard that the Misty Vale was once the home of a fabulous and wealthy Dragon King empire. Is that true? At least that's what they say. And that there are some buried riches still left behind that can be claimed. Yeah, this is why we have so many travelers and adventurers here, because obviously everybody has heard this tale or this rumor. And, well, I don't know. I haven't come across any treasure, but I don't really care. As long as people pay their bills and buy my stew and my meat, I'm happy. Yeah, but can you point me in a direction or to someone who might have need for an adventurer, maybe to retrieve something or to scout out an area or to explore something or I don't know. Yeah, you know, there's this place called Deep Fall Breach. It is a chasm in the floor that leads deep underground to a system of tunnels and caverns. And I've heard rumors of riches hidden there and of adventurers venturing down there, but few of them ever have made it back. At least none of them came back to me to talk about their adventures. You could check that out. Maybe you find something there. And if she's here, and there's a night lady here sometimes. She seems a little bit broody and moody every once in a while, but maybe she has something for you. Her name is, wait a minute, Alphelia. That's what it was. Alphelia Shadowleaf. And she is a knight sent here by the keepers of the Immaculate Flame, whatever that is. And yeah, she's often here in the common room, and maybe she can point you in a direction as well, or maybe she's got something for you. Okay, I keep that name in mind. And Deep Fall Breach, you say? So how do I get to this deep fall breach? Oh, that is not really difficult. Just head westwards from outskirt over the plains, across the plains. Keep the marshes north of you, and then you can't miss it. It is a large, deep breach, a chasm in the ground. There's an old chapel next to it that adventurers sometimes use as a home base, so you can't miss it. Just head westwards. But I wouldn't head over there just yet. It is late and dark. You already bought your bed, and the plains, they can be dangerous at night. All right, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. But I think I'll actually check it out, because I am really in need of funds and supplies and everything. It seems to me like you left a little unprepared. Yeah, I had to leave somewhat unscheduled. I see. Well, never mind. It's none of my business. All right, and she shows me the bed in the common room. And yeah, I'll finish my meat, and I'll save actually the silver. Oh no, I don't save it because I need the rations for my adventure. So because I'm hungry, I will have to buy stuff as well. And let's see, page 80. What's a stew? It's not that expensive. Lodging at an inn, meal at an inn. 3 silver? No. Bath, goblet, tankard of meat, stagecoach, road toll, meal, healing, haircut. Damn. Oh, here, bowl of stew. Covers the daily need of food. Bowl of stew costs 5 copper. Yeah. All right. So I pay 1 silver for the bed. So I got 2 silver, and then 5 copper is half a silver. So I got 1 silver left and 5 copper. And to my tankard of meat on the house, I have a nice warm homemade stew, which is really delicious, and then I settle in for the night. And let's see if something happens at night, because here it says something about omens, demonic omens. Outskirt arrival 14. All right. Current situation. Demonic omens. All right, just to set the scene. It's a 2. Blood rain. Blood rain. A rain of warm blood falls on the player character. So I'm inside, so this will happen outside. Everyone must make a will roll to resist fear. So I'm sleeping in the inn, in my bed, as suddenly a scream of a young woman wakes me up. So immediately I jump out of my bed. My hand goes to my knife, and I assess the situation. And the door to the common room opens, and one of the maidens, she was finishing up, doing some business outside, emptying buckets, whatever. she comes in and she's in shock and she's bloodstained. So I head over to her. What happened? What happened? Are you injured? And she's really, really scary and afraid. Really scared and afraid. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't. The rain, blood was raining from the sky. Blood. And I look at her, and indeed, it seems like that her hands and her clothes are covered in blood. It smells like blood. It looks like blood. By the gods, what kind of devilish happenings are going on here? What is this? And I'll make a will roll to resist fear, hopefully. Will is 9. 10. I barely. So I'm scared. So I check this condition here, and if you have a condition, you get a bane on rolls. I can't believe this. What is this? Come. So I help her, and yeah, we find a bucket of water, and I clean her. I help her clean, or she cleans herself. And then I'm going back to bed, really shaken, and I decide I have to inquire about this in the morning. All right, so this should be or will be it for the first session, just setting the scene a little, getting things started, getting familiar with the system. Yeah, so far I had fun. I think the materials provided are really neat. And yeah, and as I said, while I was creating my character, I actually do really like the 20 roll under systems as well. So yeah, this finishes up my first session of what will be my ongoing Dragonbane campaign. Yeah, but as I said, I will break it up every once in a while and mix it with other stuff I do on the channel to just keep things interesting for those not into Dragonbane, to have a little variety, to keep things fresh. So I would really like or love for you to join me again in my next episode, Dragonbane. And as always, if you like what I do here, and if you want to support the channel, and if you want to support me on my ongoing quest to unlimited YouTube power and fame, please do like and subscribe. And I want to thank all of you for your well wishes while I was in the hospital. And yeah, as always, stay safe and stay healthy, and join me in the next video. Bye bye.